and welcome to VLearn Virtual Learning Network. This is session 19 of Administrative Theory, Division of Work and Coordination. Topics to be covered: Introduction, Why Drive Work, Basis of Work Division, Advantages of Division of Work, Limitations of Division of Work, Meaning and Definition of Coordination, why is coordination necessary? Techniques of coordination, hindrance of coordination. So yes, in this session we will going to discuss about the coordination and the division of work. As in the previous session, we get the briefing of about the organization, how organization perform, what kind of organizations are there, how an organization performance is going to be improved. So division of work is only a way of transforming a mob of people into the coerced, constructive and purposeful group. If we talk about a formal organization which have a well-defined structure and desk, they know the path to perform their work and authority to be flowed in the organization. At the same time, they know that how is work going to be divided and which department is going to work what. So in that case, yes, this is what providing the purpose to the organization. Division of work provides the purpose to the organization. Luther was basically said that work division is the foundation of the organization indeed, and the reason of the organization. Though it is the very important of the division of labor, which emphasized by the Adam Smith. And yes, it is what neglected aspect of the administration and management also. So thus the modern organization is basically finds the division of work and coordination in dividing the work. So that is we will going to study in this session, the division of work and coordination of divided work. Why divided work? Division of work has become inevitable because of limitations of both physical and mental capabilities of individual. Division of work is always related to the very much limited in terms of physical and mental capabilities. Division of work become necessary because of the several reasons. The first was place the men differ in their capacities and skills. No two individuals are similar in capacities, either physical or mental. So some individuals are endowed with the immense physical strength, but they are capable to undertake the work requiring the physical stamina only. Whereas there are the people who make the policies, scholars in pursuit of the basic researches, scientists working in the research laboratories required the mental ability of the very high order. So in that way, the different type of task requires a different type of skills, either physical or mental. So hence in the organization, division of work is accordance with the capacity of individual. It becomes very necessary. Range of knowledge and skills are expanding very fast. No individual can gain mysteries over all the facts of the knowledge. So this is why we require the division of work. That means every individual have their own capacities, own capabilities, own working, own skill. In that case, yes, with the different capacities, with the different skills, the work which is done by them effectively, it's very different. At the same time, what kind of a task they can perform is very different. So in that case, to understand that differentiation, to come up with that, to minimize that differentiation, it is always required to have a division of work. It is one of the reasons that why the work is going to be divided. Why it is required to have a specialized person in the field. It is what every individual is not fulfilled with the skills, with the working, with all. It is not related to that the person is combined and full-fledged. It is always there that one person is specialized in the one or two or three things, not in all. So in that case, it is always required to divide the work into the capable person, the capacity or the skillful person to perform your work well, effectively and efficiently. Basis of work division. In the basic of work division, the first basis is organization by purpose. One of the well-expected bases of division of work is the purpose of the function. There are a very few advantages in division of work or establish the organization on the basis of the purposes. It make possible for the satisfactory accomplishment of the given objectives, and since all the interrelated aspects of the activity are under the immediate control of the head of organization. It enables the people also to understand the working of different departments and the government, and also encourage the full-time attention being paid to achieve the results. So in that case, organization is always performed according to the purpose. They have certain reasons to perform in the organization. Without goal, without objectives, an organization can't perform and can't grow, can't take one step, that they don't know what to perform, what to do. In that case, yes, organization by purpose is very required. That means the purpose must be there through which you can jot down all the activities to be performed by the organization, and then how this activity is going to be divided into a different person. So in that case, that is why it is required to have the organization by purpose. It is organization by process. That is, organization can establish on the basis of skill needed, encourage the use of labor, saving, devise and contribute to increase in the production. So when it is about to increase the production of the organization, it is about the increasing the working of the organization, it is always required to come up with the growth part. That means there must be a contribution of the people to have the proper idea that what to do first, what second, what third, and what is going to be at the end activity. At the same time, they know how much to be performed. In that case, this leads to understand the organization by process. What is the process of the organization to perform a particular task? So organization, it is basically the concentration of the talent in the single agency, and yes, also entails the tackling of the problem in sustained manner. So organization by process facilitate the career planning and development, but these approach may lead to the overemphasize and being lead to the specialization and forgetting the needs and requirements of the general public. Then the organization by person. It is always related that organization is related to the people. Person there serves the organization. People perform in the organization. They actually work for the organization. So the basis ensure the proper appreciation and full-time attention on the problem of the target groups like the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, handicap and other issues related to the organization. At the same time, then other is a part of the duplication and conflict in these agencies. It is also considered the pressure group make over the activity in favor the seeking individual and may try influence the decision maker. That means what are the parties who actually performed and influenced the people in the organization and performed well to bringing out the effect on the decisions making of the organization. Then organization by place. Finally, an organization can also be established on the basis of area also, area to be served. That means the strength of the organization department on the basis of area is that the immediate attention can be bestowed on the problem of the particular area. So in that case, understand that what kind of the serving you are giving to what area, what kind of establishment you have. So in that case, the weakness of that, the place, that means in which area you are going to perform. In that area, what are the needs and specifications of consumer, and how you can use the integrated approach. These things must be important to understand the basis of work division. Now, what are the advantages of work division? Division of work is basically a result of the certain advantages. First thing is the efficiency of the organization will improve because officials are developed on the basis of their capacity, aptitude and skills, and it is customary of a chief executive of an organization to distribute the work on the basis of the aptitude of the different individual. It is always there that organization require the efficiency to perform well. They want to improve the official, the capacity, the skills of the organization. So this will always lead to have a customary of a chief executive of one organization and to have and distribute the proper working of the aptitude in different individual. Another is maybe communicative, articulate and have a capacity to listen, and that individual may be made use of in the publication. It is always required to come up with the communication solutions, come up with the communication to discuss with people, to talk with people, at the same time leads to the another factors of the concepts. Then third advantage of division of work is it shows an aptitude for doing the analytical work, and his service can be utilized in the research department. In the utilized analysis, division of work result in the development of individual on the basis of aptitude. So it is always related to the analytical work, how you are going to serve, how you are going to analyze the work, the research department, and yes, at the same time the ultimate analysis division of work result in the development of individual also. So division of work also leads to increase in the production also. So that will lead another advantage of it. It have the, apart from efficiency, apart from analytical skill, it also provides the production concept, increase in production concept. The another is the division of an work within the responsible limits also ensure economy, as it would encourage the optimum utilization of a time. That is, it's to perform the work into the particular reasonable limit and perform well, bringing out the optimum utilization of resources and time as well the skill also. So that comes into the another advantage of division of work. Limitations, yes, one of the very important requirement is that division of work should be confined to such a level so as to require the full-time attention of the single individual. That is always required. A person must have the attention to be performed regarding the individual, and any further divisions may lead to the dispersal of the energies and efforts. That is what very much related to the energies and efforts. So division of work is also influenced by the level of skill which is utilized, volume of work which can be performed, volume of time, volume of scale, and yes, at the same time the volume of space, technologies also. So it is always related, equal, necessary to ensure the integration of the efforts of the different individuals. And this is only possible, that means otherwise the biggest limitations, because it is not considering those factors who were bringing out with the proper attention and the skills of the individual. But this can be the concept which can be done and solved by the coordination also. So division of work is one of the important managerial tool, and this is the fundamental of the modern public administration, fundamental concept of the modern principal administration, and in fact within the growth of node, it is the concept, we can say that is always required to involve your DO1s on that goal achievement. So in fact, with the growth of the knowledge and professions, they will lead to having a greater need of specialization also, and that specialization is always required. Coordination. Now, the meaning and definition of coordination. In this, yes, coordination is basically related to the integration of the several parts into an orderly whole to achieve the performance of the undertaking. Coordination is that activity which is always required in the organization to perform better in the organization, always related to bringing out the proper link and proper coordination between the various tasks to perform well in the organization. So that is why it is considered as the integration of several parts into an orderly whole to achieve the performance of undertaking, to achieve the proper working of the undertakings. So coordinations has both positive and negative connections. Yes, coordination is always related to lead towards the certain things, and that factors could be positive and could be negative. It is what to consider the overall activities and bringing out the coordination in all these activities, all these work which is performed in the organization. So in the negative sense, coordination aimed at removing the conflicts or irony out of differences of the opinion in relation of the particular goal of the achievement. So that is what there was always a difference in the individuals. Two different persons cannot think in the same manner, cannot have in the same concept of the understanding, and yes, at the same time we don't have that kind of same skills. So in that case, when the coordination is required to aim at removing the conflicts and bringing out settling all the particular opinions or the goals to achieve them, So in that case, it is negative sense. In the organization, where work is divided among the different groups of people, where work is divided and subdivided or passed on to the different people, the outcome will always depend on the corporation extended. In terms of, it is always without that corporation, without that coordination, without that togetherness, organization unable to perform well in that concept. Thus, the coordination involves removal of obstacle as well as installing a sense of a team spirit, as well as come up with the concepts of a team spirit. Why coordination is necessary? In that case, yes, there are the few factors who defines that why coordination is required in the organization. First is to eliminate the conflict. Yes, in organization there are always a conflict to be arises, because again we said that the organization is the hub of a people and two people can never be the same, never be alike. So in that case there will always lead to have certain conflicts. So in that case, yes, administration caters to the multiple needs of a different sector of the societies. Another need of coordination is to eliminate unhealthy competition. If there was in a competition, so try to remove that unhealthy competition in the organization, which competition leads to affect the organization's goal, affects the organization objective. To minimize this effect, it is always leads to come up with the eliminate the unhealthy competition. Then other is to ensure the economy and efficiency, that is always led to come up with the important aspects of the efficiency management, and to ensure that economy performed well through organization do. And yes, at the same time, the goals of organization are to be achieved within the specific time and cost. That means they are able to return all these finance which they arises from the market. Another is to achieve the goals. This is the another factor. Whatever objective you are made to perform in the organization, it must be achieved. What are the techniques of coordination? The first technique is what the planning. Planning is to decide in advance that what is going to be done and how it is going to be done, who is going to do it. So in that case, yes, planning is considered to be the most important technique. Advanced preparations for the future actions wherein different aspects of the work are identified. So the importance of the planning is to ensure the optimum returns from the available resources. Another is the consolations. Consolation is always the another device to ensure the coordination. It is always there to give the decisions about the various departments to be performed in the organization and how they are going to be performed well. What are the reasons to make the advancement in that? Conference committee, it is always required the interdepartmental committees and constitutional devices to facilitate the coordinations. Another technique is to bring out the standardization of the procedures. That means if the procedures are very much standardized, they have automatically have the coordination and the people knows that how to perform this task and how to bring out the proper coordination in the organization. And then written instruction, it is always required to have the instructions to be performed well. That means issue the instructions which bringing out the smooth working in the organization. Hindrance to the coordination. The basic hindrance to the coordination is what the uncertainties about the future. They don't know what is the future, and that would probably lead to get the misunderstandings between the people. So in that case, the first is that uncertainty of future, another is lack of knowledge, experience, and yes, poor planning. So this is one of the reasons through which the integration is not achieved in the organization. So it is success or failure of the organization basically depends upon the effective measurement initiated to ensure the coordination. The coordination is, yes, at the same time committing force that bind the individual towards the reach of the goal. So there are a few questions which you have to perform by yourself. First is, what are the bases of division of work? What are the advantages and limitations of division of work? That is the first question. That is how you are going to divide your work and bringing out the proper advantage of work. Another is, what are the hindrances of the coordination? What are the factors which hinders the coordination? So yes, this is all about for the today's session. We are winding up here. Thank you so much. Happy learning. We learn.